Peace, Kavler. Think fast. The subconscious programming of the porn industry. Right quick, just want to speak on how the porn industry, with the subconscious programming, giving power to ejaculation is what I'm speaking to. Because again, anything that is constantly being shown to you, like again through movies or any type of media, it's gonna program your subconscious for the better or the worse. You know what I'm saying? So it's always good for us to have that awareness of how our subconscious works, or how different aspects of media is trying to program our subconscious, so we could be aware to not fall victim to it. But the subconscious programming of porn, basically, where everything is about the ejaculation scene, what they call it. Damn, I ain't. Don't tell me I'm becoming. Well, that's a good thing. I've been away from porn to where I came. The cum shot, so to speak. And matter of fact, this is little kids. This is not a video unless you're old enough, or your parents on some vibes of letting you know the full gist of things at an early stage. But yeah, like the cum shot is always like lining up the woman, because again, it's subconscious programming to degrade the female image. Now, say for instance, of course, like when we dealing with each other sexually, like we all in each other fluids. You know what I'm saying? Like the man going down, doing, we don't want to say real worship, you know what I'm saying, but the man going down, you know what I'm saying, dealing with the yoni energy, you know what I'm saying, getting those little juices. The female dealing with the solar phallic energy, dealing with those juices, you know what I'm saying, in essence. But again, as men, it's about us, holding in that ejaculation, and allowing for that light to to stay in the body as much as possible. Because I see a balance in where of course nothing is wrong with having sex, but it is the awareness that as a male, when having sex, ejaculation is releasing, basically, like, in essence, a releasing of chi energy. In essence, like a strong amount of chi is leaving the body with ejaculation, but also again that solar phallic, Christ seed, all that travels up the spine, is being lost. As a matter of fact, that's what kind of, in essence, gives us that that strong connection to the spirit, that energy, that vibe to have that strong willpower, in essence. That's why, like, when we haven't had sex in a long time, we always make the joke of like how you're strongly doing things or this and that. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of points to that indirectly. But again, it's not about squandering, that solar light, in essence. But again, the social programming of porn is like basically petting the ego, for what instead of like what feels good to the soul, what looks good for the camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this look good for the camera, let's do it like this, and not that it necessarily look good for the camera, but more so, again, subconscious programming, because it's a fact that that's all connected with you could say with Hollywood, and with just the energies of beings trying to hinder people from their spiritual growth. Let's just say it like that. This is being promoted for a reason. So again, and I spoke on porn and dealing with it, where, like, watching porn, realizing that man, behind the scenes, or, and I say behind the scenes, but sometimes you could probably feel it. I know I could feel it. That's why I definitely had to fall away from it. But like, where women in these scenes that really don't want to do these scenes, like where they faking the whole situation, not really wanting to be there, like where it's all just for the fakeness of making a check, and you know what I'm saying, and not really, loving themselves fully, you know what I'm saying? Like you could feel that, and you consuming that energy, and not only consuming it, but also dealing with yourself, where in most cases you may be masturbating or something, dealing with porn. So not only you consuming that energy, of that person, of like, that lower vibration of a person, being degraded in essence, or a person that's dealing with something that they don't really want to deal with, you're consuming that energy, and you're dealing with yourself on that level. So it's you're creating situations where you're not really gonna uh, help bring light into your body through that. Let's just say that, you know what I'm saying. And again, as I'm saying that, it's not to make our sexual nature tabooish and be scared of it either. Again, it's just drawing the facts of that. It is better for us to, or I didn't say better, but well, yeah, it's good for us to learn how to have a, what they say call an ejaculation instead of ejaculation. So again, like it's like an orgasm without ejaculating, again. But the porn industry promotes that, so that's why every scene is about, at the end, lining the woman up, and you know uh doing the cum shot, doing the cum shot scenes, like why they place so much importance on that, and instead of like, say for instance, well, balance, like, have a cum shot scene and then make sure the woman, let her juices flow in the man's face as well, have that balance. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, it's always got to be the woman on her knees, taking it in the face. And I don't mean it, in a derogatory way, and I don't mean it in a way like, well, again, uh, on a sexual level, you dealing with whoever you're dealing with, to each his own on how y'all vibe. But again, just speaking on though that, they promote it to promote a subconscious mind frame across the board, where men could be like, yeah, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that too, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it creates a vibe too of, women constantly watching and thinking like, all right, this is how I should be during sex, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's overly masculinizing the situation, and defeminizing the situation, suppressing the feminine, and giving power to the masculine. And again, all through just, again, the constant cum shot appraisal, you know what I'm saying, is so you could constantly get in your mind like, oh yeah, I'm strong whenever I'm doing that, whenever I'm ejaculating into a woman's face, like that's you know. And that just helps to create more and more of that little ignorant vibe of like, men having this vibe of hindering, not say hinder, but this vibe of men being derogatory towards, women on a mass scale. That's just, again, just helping to throw fuel to the fire, and they know that, and that's why they create those certain situations in porn, and that's why a lot of times, they may create, in more cases, you see a woman again being more so in a submissive vibe, almost always during sex, and there's a certain balance flow to it, you know what I'm saying, of pleasure, and a certain level of, of course, a masculine energy has more of an action oriented, has more direction. Like, all right, let's get in this position. All right, let's get in that position. Yeah, that, all right, get deeper. Let's, again, the masculine energy does give some type of form of direction, but it's form of direction in a blissful, soulfully beneficial way, and not in a way that degrades, the partner's soul and degrades the partner's energy. You know what I'm saying? And it's not. Again, dealing with sex is not for the, again, like almost like that egoic vibe of like, yeah, look at me, I'm skeeting in this woman's face, you know what I'm saying? And excuse my my rawness on the liver, but again, it is what it is. Cause as a matter of fact, I gotta stop doing that, excusing my rawness. Like, what? what is it I'm doing. That's what I'm down here to do, to be raw. No shit. You get what I'm saying? But again, just that's why I'm making this a quick video, just simply, pointing out that, in the porn industry, the reason why that cum shot vibe is, glorified in essence, is to, glorify that masculine energy and overly masculinize the sexual experience, But because again, it's one of them vibes for myself with speaking on sexual energies, where I'm no expert on book literature, so to speak, but from my own intuitive vibes, from seeing what, how, I've dealt with sex over, my years of existence, and just the little downloads and vibes that I always felt about sex. Like, I always felt that sex was about pleasing my partner. Like, I always felt like less of a man, or like I wasn't, like be real with you, there's so many words, I ain't shit unless I make a female, have an orgasm. Like, so, that was instilled in me on a soul level, besides the fact of, like, a book saying, like, well, yeah, it should be about, about that joint. But again, you watching porn, let porn tell it, it's just all about the ejaculate, and again, constantly showing a man ejaculate to have that as the social norm. Oh, so that's what I gotta do, instead of, it ain't like porn. Matter of fact, it should have, if there would be a way, but like healthy porn, like, hey guys, this is how you have a ejaculation, and you know what I'm saying? Like, compared to, to the porn they got now. But again, just speaking on a a jokingly devil's advocate type of vibe, where it possibly could do something my work in that area, but just again, being aware that it's constantly creating a social engineering, subconscious programming of, like, it's all about the ejaculation, it's all about wasting your Christ seed all, you know what I'm saying? That's what, because again, and you start to see how the ego kills the spirit, because it's like the ego for the camera, like the sunshine for, like, showing, like, oh, showing off, like, this is what, I want to show and want to be seen, but then you're not connecting with your spirit off of doing something for a status to be seen. Like, oh, I'm a porn star, and I ejaculate in women's faces, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to make that position something to, glorify, and, again, have people borrow, or, operate on this level of consciousness, to hinder the masses more, because again, we are sexual beings, by nature, nothing is wrong with our sexual energy, you know what I'm saying? But it's when it becomes sexually deviant, it's when we become deviant with our sexual energy, is when it hinders, you know what I'm saying? And that's the whole thing, they know automatically, that we are connected on a sexual level, but they promote, deviant behavior so it can throw off our soul ascension, you know what I'm saying? So again, having that awareness of that situation. But, that's basically it. And matter of fact, I'm constantly adding videos to the sex playlist that I have on my channel, but there's definitely be with that and with other videos I got, because if, again, just type in universal frequencies and sex, and you'll see the other videos that I got, because that will also help shed some light, because I think I did another video while I was speaking on the the porn industry as well, so just to correlate to that video dealing with this one. But that's basically it, and again, realizing, if you, for those that may be, because Think Fast is not meant for me to break everything down, you know what I'm saying, in that essence. I done already, had videos towards that, but just to say, if you're new to this, not realizing that, again, we're not the healthiest thing for our soul, the most empowering thing, or the more empowering thing to our soul when dealing with sexual energy, it's, more so on the male aspect, is us having an orgasm without ejaculation, and more so having an ejaculation, like where, we keeping that Christ seed within us, that AKA that semen, or that quote unquote sperm or solar phallic light, which I did a video talking about its connection with our spinal fluid as well, and kind of, bringing into full circle the connection with, uh, the sperm, and or the semen, and not ejaculating, and saving that energy to allow for the, for it to flow up the spine and up to the pineal, you know. The pineal is like a sexual organ as well, The pineal along with the pituitary, It's like a little clitoris, penis, pineal, penile. But, as a matter of fact, and I just caught a little, how we talk about like words and, phonics or stuff like that, This looks like, oh wait, I can't see it on my screen. Dang it. But it should be on the screen. But you see this, I think it's on there. This is like a little testicle, like nut sack, and a penis, and it's the letter P. You know what I'm saying? So you see again how forgot the word for it, not etymology, but different words, and like the phonics, like the matter of fact stemming from the Phoenician word, but again like the P, no coincidence, phallus, penis, pineal, you know what I'm saying, all connected to those words, also due to shape, the same thing like with the M, stand for mountain. A mountain is shaped like a M, breast, with a B, and breasts are shaped like a B, snake, slither, like all these S, words that start with S, and it ended like a snake. Slithers like a S, like the S goes back and forth like that. That's how a snake or serpent slither. And matter of fact, the word slither, you know what I'm saying? But seeing those little correlations as well. But that's basically it. Again, just wanted to share that little insight of awareness, so we could make sure we're not falling into that trap, basically. Matter of fact, yeah, I think this video would definitely, something simple that would just help for, cause you could see it with the way that they do sell it. Like anybody who watch porn could obviously see it, again, like where it makes it a masculine, dominant, female suppressing vibe. And again, the big picture of it, so take it away from the human realm, it's basically like the energies, the harmful energies, the parasitic energies of this earthly plane of existence, tries to hinder our soul ascension. And by, it understands, because, our primordial ancient energy, in essence, is a feminine energy, so to speak, because again, it is a balance, at the end of the day. But for lack of a better word, like that elder primordial energy, is feminine, and what they doing is, suppressing it, by doing these things. Same thing I talk about, like, reason why police got the system set up to be able to kick down people's doors, in essence. Kicking down somebody's door unannounced is like, it's busting through the yoni. It's like, and there's a representation of that, whether some of the cops on the lowest level know what they're doing, on the esoteric occult level, especially those who may be Masons in the part of the force, they know what the fuck they doing. They know that they trying to bash the feminine energy, just like with them naming this terrorist group ISIS, so they could bash the, divine feminine energies, you know what I'm saying? And again, within porn, making it over masculine and making the woman energy suppressed, to create that mind frame, so to suppress that feminine energy, in people's subconscious minds all across the board, you know what I'm saying? Like not having a woman do anything significant in the Bible. Like that's why the Bible is like, one of the few texts where it's like, it's all about men, you know what I'm saying, for the most part, because they suppressing that feminine energy. They know once we start to tap into that and understand that, then it's ball game for, for the bullshit that they trying to push. But peace, happy now. Now's the vibrate, of course. Not too far in the future, not too far in the past. Right now. Peace, peace.